Now let's talk about something maybe interesting. It's been almost everyone's source of nightmare in our school days. Even as adults, many continue to struggle with mathematics. Some actually try to run away from it. And maths, as complex as it may seem, is required to simplify our everyday lives. And in Ghana, there's a name that's become synonymous with mathematics. It's Professor Sechope Anku. He's been at the forefront of demystifying the subject, helping people fall in love with it. He is the president of the Ghana Mathematics Society. He joins me in the studio today for a discussion because he is also a finalist for the VACE Global Teacher Prize. Prof, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
And also here in the studio with me is Paul Asuma. He is a staff with the Megasa Mathematics Academy. And the Megasa Mathematics Academy is for you, Prof?
Yes.
Right. You're welcome as well, Mr. Asuma. Prof, let's start with you. A lot of people struggle with maths because sometimes it's very difficult for us to see the correlation between the subject and our lives. How do you break it down for people to understand and begin to feel that it actually means something, all the figures that we put together?
You see, I keep saying all the time, mathematics is a very, very simple subject. We make it look complex because we do not understand the concepts. And apart from that, we do not relate the concepts to real life.
How do we do so?
It can be done so easily.
Tell us.
Yes.
No, tell us.
Yes, I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
You see, that's what we do all the time at my academy. We make students see the relevance of mathematics to real life. Because mathematics is life. So, we keep saying everything you do contains mathematics. And I want to challenge you before we leave. Give me any area of life that you think there's no mathematics, and I'll show you the mathematics in there. Even as we are talking right now, you see, there's a distance between me and the microphone.
Okay. It's
a distance, it's measurement, it's mathematics. You operate on a frequency, it's mathematics.
Is there mathematics in love?
Plenty of it.
How? How
you ask a very, very big question. You know, when I come here all the time, I keep talking that people say mathematics is blind. Sorry, love is blind, blah, blah. They say all of those things. You know, we have a National Mathematics Day. I presented a lot from here. And that is on the 14th of February every year. We people must show love to mathematics. You know, 14th February is Valentine's Day. People go to celebrate whatever. We say for that day, don't waste your time, go and show love to mathematics. Because there is a very big connection. Mathematics love is not blind. It's a choice you make. Deliberate choice you make.
That's what mathematics says about love?
Mathematics is action to solve problems. You see?
So how do you bring that into love? Like, I mean, I find Paul here, and I'm in love with Paul. How is there maths in that?
It's a choice you make. Out of several Pauls, there's Paul, there's Sechope, there's somebody else. You're going to choose one. You're going to make a choice.
So that's math?
That's the correct. Yeah, it's mathematics. Making choice is mathematics.
Okay.
You see, you have options. So what makes you make a particular choice? You have got some criteria. The criteria must be very clear. I'm not choosing you because you are tall, black, beautiful. What is it? You must be conscious of these things.
So you do some calculations and you remove some you remove some. I've forgotten the mathematical expression for that.
Come to the academy, I'll teach you more mathematics. Come to the academy, I'll teach you more mathematics.
So you do the calculation, you calculate each and every one of the people you have, you calculate their, you calculate whatever they have by the criteria you have, and then you subtract, and you take
consciously or unconsciously, you are doing all these calculations in the mind.
Okay.
You see, they are going to influence you. Any place you go to, you are always calculating.
Okay.
Always calculating.
What do you think of what we have made maths in this country? A lot of people have said that if you go to China, for example, they're teaching in Chinese. If you go to other countries where they teach in the mother tongue of the people, it's easier for them to understand the concepts. But over here in Ghana, it's difficult because you go to school and you're speaking English. You go home and you're speaking your local language. So it's difficult for people to grasp the concept of math. And that's why our children, or that's why people like myself don't like mathematics.
I would not limit it to only that reason. It's part of the reason, but you see, we have not developed our language to that level where we can use it to replace the English language. And English too, many people don't understand it properly to see the connection between the math and the English. So there's a problem. You see, suppose I want to teach my students a parallelogram. How do I say that in my language? I don't know.
How do you say that in Chi or
I don't know.
in Ewe?
Do you know how to say? Do you know? I don't know. Okay. You see, we have not developed our language to that level where we can use it for all these concepts we teach.
Okay.
So there's that problem. That becomes an issue for the developers of languages. You know.
So until we fix that, we won't be able to.
Well, we don't fix it. How am I going to do it? Because they've invited me several times to some radio stations to come and talk in Ewe. And I said, I cannot. You know, not that I don't want to, but things will come up, I don't know what to say. And I'll feel more embarrassed, you know, not being able to say it, rather than saying that I won't go at all.
I'll let you talk about the Global Teacher Prize, but let me bring Paul in the conversation. Paul, what is it that you think the Megasa Mathematics Academy, for example, has achieved when it comes to making mathematics simpler and attractive to people who are studying?
Okay, I would say that one thing that is peculiar to Megasa Mathematics Academy is that we advocate the use of practical mathematics.
Okay, what is practical mathematics?
Okay. It is a method of teaching and studying mathematics where students are not just told formulas, but then we engage the students in hands-on activities.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, they will discover the formula themselves. So, for instance, we don't just tell the students that pi is 22/7 or 3.142, but then we engage them in practical activities. Okay. And at the end of the day, they would discover that pi is 22/7 or 3.142.
I wish I understand that because I don't.
Okay, let
me just add something to what you say. You see, if you take anything secular, measure the distance around it, which you call circumference, and measure its diameter. Find the ratio of the circumference to diameter. You will get a value which is a constant.
I feel like you haven't spoken English. I don't understand you though.
Oh, which is the circumference?
Everything,
I said distance around it.
Yes, all the calculation.
And that's what we can show you by hands-on activity.
Okay.
You put it in there.
Maybe you should have brought it here so we'll see how you do it. But it's all well. It's all well.
So we do that, and then when you measure the circumference, find the value, find the diameter, find the value, and then you divide the circumference by the diameter. It will give you a particular number. If you do it for all of the different sizes, you get the same number.
I see.
It's
Okay,
a constant. That's what you call pi.
Now you're confusing me. Let's talk about the Global Teacher Prize. What
No,
is
no,
it?
no. I'm disturbed. You say you're confusing
yes,
me.
it must confuse me.
No.
I think it's a perception. I think I've already had it in my head.
It's a mental barrier.
I think so. I'll deal with it, but not here.
You have a lot. So let's deal with it later.
So the Global Teacher Prize. Tell us a bit more about it.
What about it? Do you want to know? Is it,
Yes. What is it about, and why should Ghanaians, for example, be happy that Ghanaian has been nominated for that award?
You see, it's a global, so this is worldwide, and they are selecting those who are very excellent in teaching. You know, it depends on how you impact on your students, what impact you are having in the nation, and in the area in which you are teaching. You know, so they go selecting people all over the world.
Okay.
And there are thousands of people who enter the competition. So they go through phases of elimination until they reach some level where they come to the last 50. That's what they has come to.
Okay, so
Yes.
are you competing with some people?
So I've competed with people already, and we have moved out of that level.
Okay, so
There were thousands of them, and now we are in the last
from all
50,
over the world.
All over the world.
And you have been selected for the award.
I'm in the last 50.
The finalists.
Final 50.
Wow.
We are now going to prune that down to the last 10.
Okay.
Then after that, we go to the number one.
Are you confident you'll win?
It's all by the grace of God, but personally, I'm very confident.
You are very confident.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Paul, let me take a very quick final word from you, and then I'll take Prof's final word, and we'll call it a day.
Okay, what I would say is that
I mean, I'd like for you to use this to actually encourage people, young people who don't actually like maths, and maybe older people as well, because I don't like maths.
okay,
It's unfortunate.
I think that if people would be made to know that everything we do involves mathematics. For instance, someone would say that I want to become a journalist, so I wouldn't have anything to do with mathematics. But let me give this scenario. Let's say you're a journalist and you're broadcasting or you're giving records of an election results, and you've been given figures, and you don't know your mathematics very well.
We use a calculator.
No, let's say you're mentioning the figures. Let's say you have 15642, and you're supposed to mention that figure in words. You'll find yourself wanting because you didn't take your mathematics serious.
But at that point, what can you do? You're old, you have finished with exams and mathematics, so what can you do? For older people who don't like maths and who need a little bit of maths, what can they do?
Okay, in that case, it is a conscious effort you have to make that you want to know the maths.
Okay.
But I think that if people will know that even your journalism, there's maths involved, you will take it seriously.
You take it seriously.
Yes.
Prof, your final word.
But before I say my final word, let me add to this one. If you cannot pronounce the thing well in mathematics, they should not allow you to go and pronounce it. That's all.
Okay.
They should not allow you to go and pronounce it, because if you go and pronounce the wrong thing, it will bring more mistake than not going to pronounce at all.
Okay.
If you remember very seriously, the last elections, I made a remark that they must get who are mathematically literate to go and to the polling stations to be able to pronounce the numbers properly.
Okay.
Because there's a connection between what you write down and what you verbalize.
What will be your final word, Prof?
My final word is that mathematics is very, very simple. Mathematics is doable. And the principles and methods of mathematics applied properly will help the development of Ghana. And that we are going to hold a National Mathematics Day again next year, February 14th, at the Regent University. Which I'll be inviting you to come in. Gifty, I'm inviting you to come.
Okay.
So you come and cover it and see what we do.
I hear you, Prof.
Okay.
I hear
so
you,
we are
Prof. It'll
inviting
be a real
everybody
honor.
who is interested to come to Regent University. 14th February. Valentine's Day is Ghana Mathematics Day.
Valentine's
where we show
Day.
love to mathematics.
Okay, so showing love to mathematics on Valentine's Day. A few months away from now, though, 2018, February 2018, be at the Regent University to meet Professor Anku there. And let's love maths, he says. I really don't know how I can love maths, but maybe I'll get there someday. Professor Anku, Sichupa Anku, we wish you all the best with that award, the Global Teacher Prize. We hope that you win it and you bring the honor to Ghana. Paul Esuma is a staff with the Megasa Mathematics Academy. That's for Professor Anku there. Away from mathematics, we're going to be doing some politics pretty soon. But before that, children who have little time with their parents year-round look forward to one event that is sure to get them glued to their parents. That's the Joy FM Family Party in the Park. The annual event, which is in its 5th year, brings together families as well as firm the bonds between parents and their wards. Now, this year, the event will be held at the Legon Botanical Gardens on the 23rd of December. And these children who spoke to JoyNews say it's their most anticipated event of the year. We don't have that story at the moment. We'll bring you that story in a bit. Please stay with us.